There we go. Morning Alphabet, morning Tomo, morning Chesney, morning everybody else, and the stream is now live. So SIDU, or SIDU, or it's the biggest runner this morning. Well, it's not the biggest runner this morning. Heart Test is the HSCS is the biggest runner this morning, but that's a new. That was a IPO yesterday. It's probably not. A little bit less reliable. It's the biggest runner this morning. We've got SIDU, we've got Redbox, we've got the SPY, which is down heavy. We've got the NASDAQ, we've got AMC and GameStop. Nothing happening with those guys. We've got AERC still just on green on the day, so that might come good a little bit later. So just keeping an eye on all of these stocks at the minute. Have I heard of the leaving cert? Yes, 3 of my kids have taken it. One of them will be taking it not next year, but no, he'll be taking the junior cert next year. So yes, I've heard of the leaving cert. Oh, AERC, Redbox. Actually, this looks. Say it's interesting. It's not really. 891,000 volume. Probably not ready yet. SIDU. Still waiting for a delivery, so if I have to leave, just had my groceries delivered, and I'm waiting for another delivery besides, so I might have to leave abruptly. That's the word I'm looking for, abruptly. How are we all getting on, guys? Where's my trading view gone? This is what happens when you rush around trying to get things done. You end up not everything's ready. Right, okay, let's have a look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin made a bit of a rally, but it's back. It's hanging on to that 21,000 level. 21,200 is where it's at right now. So it's still looking a little bit ominous. It's down at the bottom end of the Bollinger Bands, not quite outside the Bollinger Bands. It's not oversold either, so there's room for it to, continue selling. Bitcoin, very precarious position right now. Of course, the rest of the crypto markets are probably in a similar. I'll have a look at my Ethereum. Yeah, very similar pattern. Cardano's not too bad. It's actually a lot better. Look at a lot better chart, a lot stronger chart, and XRP is akin to Cardano. So crypto mixed bag at the moment. I don't know, I've not tried it out yet, Owen. So you were paying attention yesterday. I had the phone call with them, and essentially they just they want to create a symbiotic relationship. It's not, they're not asking me to proactively pump Ninja Trader. What they're saying is that they want me to be part of their community in terms of the course that I've built. They want to be able to put it on their own ecosystem. So some of them, which I think is great. So I'm obviously getting recognized in places. So people that are trading with NinjaTrader might be taking my course. That's essentially where we are with that one. It wasn't. I thought that they were, wanting me to affiliate with them and start pumping. But I'll have a look at the platform. It's more a futures platform. They're a futures broker, but they've got a platform as well, which is more geared toward futures rather than equities. So I'm having a look at it from an equities perspective, and then I'll have a look at it from a futures perspective. I don't have anything that's geared specifically for futures, so we'll see where that goes, Owen. I will let you know once I've played around with the platform, and I'll probably do that on the futures side of things over the weekend, because well, not over the weekend. I'll probably have a play around with the platform over the weekend, but I'll probably have a play with it next week, Tuesday onwards, probably middle of the day. Yeah, it was an interesting conversation. Futures and Forex seems to be what they are. So AERC is moving up now. Where's my AERC? Okay, let's look for an entry. So it's a little bit higher price than what we normally go for, but it's been good to us so far. It's looking strong again, Owen. So AERC today is looking fairly strong. I'm looking for a nice entry. Getting a bit of a pullback on the higher time frame, so I'm not just going to jump in here at 1980. I'm waiting for a better setup on the higher time frames. It might be 1980 as the is where I end up getting in, but I need for confirmation on the higher time frames. But this is AERC right now. So if I look at it on the 15-minute chart, you can see we moved up to broke highs yesterday, coming into the close, and then we had a bit of a sell-off and consolidation. Now it's making another move up. It's not on great volume right now, and that's what I'm a little bit wary of. Not on huge volume right now, so just be careful with that. Relatively speaking, over the last week, it's certainly not on huge volume. I'm gonna go. Just need to get some paracetamol for this head. Not for you, it's for me. Okay, so yeah, so AERC is looking good. If you look at it on the daily, it's looking very strong. This is the AERC daily chart. So we started trading this at like $3 last Monday. So you can see how we've rode this up all the way. So it's looking good today. But then you've got SIDU. Look at this on the 15-minute. This is looking very strong. You look at it on the 60-minute, you can see how this has rode up over the last couple of days. It went up yesterday pre-market, and then into the close and beyond, and it's just been going mental this morning. So I jumped on it about 7:30. I started trading it about 7:30. So over the last 90 minutes, managed to get almost 3,000 out of it. Watching Redbox for a continuation of the squeeze as well today. Look at the SPY. This is the S&P 500. You'll see what's going on here on the 15-minute. This huge gap down. So it moved up after the Fed minutes and stuff yesterday, after the announcement of the rate hike, and then I think the market was thinking about it overnight and decided, no, we don't like that, and it's gapped down overnight and just consolidating sideways now. Now, the last time, if you're looking at this on the 60-minute, zoom out. Last time we gapped, so it gapped down. The last time we gapped down was here, a couple of days ago, last week. It gapped down and we had a sell-off. So it's looking very similar pattern as to what it did when it gapped down last week. A red, small green, red spike with the algorithmic trades, and then red sell-off at the open. So don't expect any different today. A sell-off at the open is probably anticipate that. The volume's low in terms of on the microphone. Well, let me see if I can fix that for you. No, it's not. Try turning yours up. No offense, but I'm just looking at on the output, and it's looks fine. Was it your volume that was low? PMs. AERC, yeah. Well, there's an element of it. It's got on the back of the Wall Street bets and Reddit community have got on the back of it as well. But yeah, essentially, that initial catalyst is why AERC's moved up. I mean, I'm not seeing huge short interest. I mean, I'm like 2.5% short is what I saw the last time I saw any short interest on AERC. So yeah, it's not a short squeeze. AERC's moving up based on oh, look at that, we missed it. Oh, $20 would have been a good entry. Now we're getting volume coming in. Let's see if we can't find a nice little entry. Breaking highs. Yesterday's high was 23.70. We've still got a ways to go. Redbox just moving sideways. SIDU moving sideways. So this is taken over as the one to watch. Look for an entry. Nice clean entry. The ADN's just moved up 32%. This is called Advent Technologies. That's the name of this company. This ticker. The reason that they're trading higher is that the company's announced it will receive. It has received notification of 780 million euros of funding from the Greek state for hypo project, a green hypo project, whatever that is, IPCEI green hypo project. So that's why this is moving up. Good news. Vivicore popped up. Funnily enough, I didn't draw that line in previously, so this line must be from earlier in the year when I must have traded Vivicore. So 335 popped up, hit 335, which is a line I've drawn on it months ago. And looking at the daily, yeah, it's previous resistance from March. So that's why Vivicore is found resistance there. It's funny how it doesn't repeat itself, but it often rhymes. Go figure. Camara Life as well. That popped up and then back down again. So Camara Life have announced a new chief executive, I believe. A chief executive or a new CEO or something like that. It's a new board member at least. Or executive vice president. The Camara Life Science appoints Michael Campbell as executive vice president and chief financial officer. So that's why Camara Life popped up. I don't think that's a strong enough catalyst to send it parabolic, but keep an eye on it. SIDU, based on the same NASA catalyst from yesterday. Redbox getting a bit choppy now. So on the 5 minute, I've drawn a. I've drawn this down here. And you can see on the 5 minute that. Oh, that's where I drew it from. The 5 minute, that's where I drew it. And it's looking like it's being respected. It's a descending resistance line. AERC, okay. Get some volume. I might take 1,000 shares here to see what happens. What's the spread on AERC? Only 5 cents. That's not too bad at all. Yes, Alphabet. I just called that out. But thanks for educating the chat. Appreciate that. Saves me doing it. You can type it in. I'll read it out. 5,000 shares of AERC. Not going to go big until the volume comes in. That was for the break of 21. Okay, looks like we're at 50 cents. Risking 500 bucks. So, who else have we got on YouTube? Okay, there we go. Resume the live. We're back live again. I can give it a wider risk for $1,000. Like I say, I'm just wanting to get a foothold on this ticker while it's low volume. Maybe get a cushion as it moves up so I can scale in. Which is why I'm not actually risking 50 cents on the share. I'm just kind of giving it 50 cents to move before I can scale in as it moves up. Am I thinking of a 2-to-1 risk reward strategy on this? No, because I'm not really wanting to exit at 22. I want to ride it up. I want to get beyond 22 and test the highs of yesterday. So if anything, it's more of a kind of a 4-to-1 strategy that I'm looking for. SIDU selling off down towards the VWAP now, so 760s. Redbox up at 1330s. I'll get out with that. Okay. Directly not playing ball yet. I'll wait till the volume picks up. Still, we're green on the morning. Let's have a look at Redbox. That looks like it's moving up now. Broke that descending resistance line. HSCS, ADN, plateaued now, around 250. What do I think of Redbox? Well, I've traded it already. I've got 600 off it today. It's squeezing. It's a massive short squeeze. The last I saw was 46% of the free float was short. Apparently, there is over 200% short interest. So there's a massive short squeeze possibility on it. It's probably number one on the short squeeze candidates at the moment. So this all comes back from, it was trading at lows and Chicken Soup for the Soul agreed to buy the company. So this was kind of back in March, I believe this was announced. It had a pump on the back of that. As it was moving back to the lows, it then moved back up again. And that's pretty much what's been happening. It's you know, the retail investors have been pumping the price up, and the shorts have been trying to bring it down so that the acquisition can go through. So right now, Chicken Soup can't afford to buy it. Up at $13, up at $14, Chicken Soup can't afford to buy Redbox. Down at $2-3, then it potentially could go through. I think there is a potential, because it's looking strong today. It's moved up, it's gapped up, it's 18% up on the day. There's a potential that we could get all-time highs with Redbox. There's nothing stopping. There's nothing stopping it getting to all-time highs. Which, let me just go back to all-time highs. 27.22. Sorry. That's what I can see. So can we get up to $28? I don't see why not. Is it likely to happen today? No, but could it happen? If we keep squeezing it and the shorts keep having to cover, then yeah, it's possible that we could get up towards $30 with Redbox. Aeroclean still pulling back a little bit. Nice little flag setup on Aeroclean. Look at this on the 5 minute, 2 minute, 5 minute, the high time frames. Got a nice little flag set up here. So 21 is still the entry there on the 5 minute. Pretty much the same on the 2 minute. So break of 21, which is what I tried to do before. So next time I'm going to get in for the confirmed break of 21 with a bit of volume. That's what I tried to do there. Break 21 and move up. So worth watching. How's the S&P 500? Still down, just ranging sideways. Probably will range sideways to the bell and then sell off. My opinion, not financial advice, not a financial advisor. Don't sue me. Hey, Super Chit. Doing good, mate. Doing very good. So back in the green, no more drawdown. After Tuesday, when we lost 27,000, we recovered it yesterday, less 300. We're now covered the 300, so we're in a good position. Just having a look at my statistics on TradingView as it happens. TraderView, TradingView charting platform, TraderView trading journal, and so this is my statistics for the year. I'll show these here, if you can see that on the old tickety-tockety. I'll break it into two. So we've got total gain a little over $500,000. That doesn't. This is without transaction fees and charges. So this is since the 1st of January. So my average gain my average daily gain is 4,600. Now, at the beginning of the year, I set myself out with a goal of $5,000 per day, which would take me to that. When I take transaction fees and charges on it, $5,000 a day would average out, and it would take me to that all-important net seven-figure number at the end of the year. Still achieve that, actually. Based on where we are this month, if we continue like this, it just means that I need another 600,000 for the rest of the year. If I look at some of the statistics that we've got down here, I just want to show this by instrument. Guess what's top of the pops, which is my best performing symbol this year? AERC. I've made more on AERC by a long stretch than any other symbol. The closest one after that was GRNA, and GRNA was that was one trade. That's my best trade. It was a single trade. I've not traded it since then. I didn't trade it before then. So GRNA is again, it's a pharmaceutical stock, and that's the second most successful symbol for me. AERC by a long stretch. What's that one? 67. So more than double. I've got more money out of AERC, more profits out of AERC than I have any other stock, and that's all this month. All this month is AERC. Forge, I like trading Forge normally when there's volume. The problem with Forge is it's not got a lot of volume, but AMC coming in there as well. Neuroscience, biggest loser, and I find this is kind of you know, I've got my biggest loser here, 27,000 on that one, but SIDU from earlier in the year, 18,000 I lost on SIDU in total. Redbox came as a bit of surprise to me when I was looking at this. I've actually lost money on Redbox over the course of the year, and the way that it's moving. So I need to make another 17,000 on Redbox just to break even. Get this off this poor traders list. So if you're not using TraderView, it's really great for you know, statistical analysis of your trades. Check it out. Really, really interesting stuff. Oh, ADN breaking highs. AERC retesting 21. So we've only had one red day with AERC so far this, and that was Tuesday. We had a little lover's tiff. She didn't like me for whatever reason. She probably had a dream and I was cheating on her. That's probably what it was. It's usually the case with women. They wake up, they've had a dream that you're cheating on them, and it's your fault. I mean, go figure. Let me know in the chat, the guys, girls in the chat, let me know, have you ever had a dream and blamed that your partner was cheating and blamed them for it? Guys in the chat, conversely, has your wife, girlfriend, lover, whatever, have they ever had a dream that you cheated on them and then blamed you for it and were in a stinking mood for the rest of the day after they woke up? Let me know in the chat if that's ever happened to you, because that's happened to me a few times with different partners. I guess I must have one of those personalities that makes girls think that I'm going to cheat on them. I don't know. Yes, okay, twitchy ears. We're just consolidating sideways here now. It's kind of a nice little flag setup here. A long flag, granted, but it's still a flag all the same. There's your flagpole, and here's your flag. And typically this is a bull flag. Typically this would break upwards, and you can usually get 60 to 70% of the length of the flagpole on the break upwards on a good bull flag. Let's have a look at. That's not a flag. That's very choppy sideways right now. Redbox, that's very choppy. Can't trade that just yet. I want to see some patterns emerging with that, and I can't see any patterns right now. It's very choppy. That's just sideways. ADN breaking highs. So ADN's interesting. It's a little. I'll wait for it to break $3, then it comes into play for me. There'll be no. There will be no power hour stream tonight, just so you know, guys, ahead of time. I'll be. I've got other commitments tonight, so I won't be power hour streaming tonight. So you'll have to get your fix today. And I know I was a little bit late starting, but I had other things to do as well. I was trying to trade and do other things at the same time, and that wasn't easy. If you're wondering what that strange grunting noise is on the stream, it's not me falling asleep in front of you. It is my Chow Chow. She's half pig and half dog. She's a pig dog. She's snoring away asleep at the side of me. Poor thing's just come into season and she doesn't know what's going on when that happens. Turn off Bloomberg now. Let me know what you want to take a look at. If there's anything in particular that you want to take a look at, let me know. If there's something you want to take a look at, and I'll pull it up on the screen. So one thing that I think may impact Redbox today is the rate hike. It might not impact it today, but there will be a natural follow through. Not just Redbox, but AMC, GameStop, and any stocks that are heavily shorted. The cost to borrow will increase. The cost of borrowing is going to increase anyway because of the Fed rate hike. But that will filter through and end up getting passed on to consumers, which will include the cost to borrow shares, which means that people who are in long-term short positions, the cost to maintain those short positions is going to, increase commensurately. So that might have a knock-on effect in terms of any short squeezes happening and taking place, in terms of the cost to borrow being a little bit higher, so they might need to cover sooner. Or even might get margin called sooner. Hey Matt, HSCS, I don't know much about the company. It's a IPO as of yesterday, Kevar, but HSCS is moving up. So on the daily, you can see there's not much to reference it in terms of price action. That was its first day yesterday. It pretty much sold off. So it moved from 380 all the way down to 170. And now we're gapping up. So I don't know about too much about the company from a fundamental point of view. I don't know, Heart Test Labs, it's a bioscience company again, but it was its first day on the stock exchange yesterday. So because of the lack of technicals, just be careful. The technical analysis might not follow through because there's a lack of support resistance areas. There's a lack of understanding of the movement of this on the chart in terms of price action. That's my thoughts on that. That's my thoughts on it, Kavar. Yeah, it's up 80% pre-market, but it's only up 80% on 900,000 shares. So, this is the thing with new IPOs. I prefer to give it 2 or 3 days for them to actually show some consistency in the way they trade and actually find where the real price is before I start trading it. Now, I'm not telling anybody how to trade. Everyone's free to trade how they want. But it's a 3 million share flow. Well, it's 3 million share. What's the float on this? Market cap. Key data. Well, 8 million shares. So it's 8 million shares in the float. in total. I don't know if that's a free float or that's just total shares. I think there's 8 million shares outstanding. We've only got one day to go off in terms of volume. It did 1.5 million shares trading yesterday, but it didn't even trade the whole day. It was only a couple of hours. 1.5 million shares traded yesterday. It's currently 1 million shares, so it's not even high relative volume yet. May do later in the day. The fact that it's gapped up based on its first day of selling off, I wouldn't put too much mind in that. It's not where it started, so just be careful with it. The historicals are not there to judge whether it's a good company to trade or not. That's my opinion on it anyway. But if you want to trade it, take a gamble with it, because I think that's what most people that will be trading it will be doing, is gambling with it, just trying to trade the price action. Then go ahead. I'm just a little bit wary of IPOs in the first couple of days. Hey Shando. So ADN still moving. Just broke. It biked. According to Reach, it biked $3. Yeah, CMRA is up, having a good day today again. It popped up. It's a bit of a sell-off. It's underneath the VWAP right now, so there's no trade right now. The volume's died off. But if you look at the initial, just after 8 o'clock, when they announced their new, what did I say? Executive Vice President and Chief Financial Officer. So a new board member to the team. That's when you got the volume spike that came in. Now, it's kind of fizzling out now. Just the very notion of that as the catalyst tells me it's not going to go parabolic. You might see it make some gains, but it's not going to go parabolic. That's not the type of catalyst from my experience, that sends a company parabolic. Unless the new member of the board is a recognized activist investor or something. Say they just announced Elon Musk to the board as a non-executive director, then you might see this stock go parabolic, but they didn't. So they just announced another randomer. So I don't think CMRA is going to go parabolic today. It is moving up well over the last couple of days, so we could see some gains. I just don't think it's going to go parabolic. Just watch it for a move up. For me, it has to get back above the $0.50, back above 450, above the VWAP. But that's the reason for the gap up. That's the catalyst for the gap up. Super chip. I'm a two-finger typer, Reach. So that's me, a two-finger typer. So I can, I've been working in the IT industry for over 20 years. So and I'm still a two-finger typer. Doesn't help when you have dyslexia as well. Spell check was the best invention for me. Absolutely. I've got good grammar. I've got good vocabulary. I just can't spell for a packet of biscuits. I just can't spell. And if I'm watching something, the fact that it lines up with a red line under it tells me that I've spelt it wrong, and then I can go back and look at it and realize why I spelt it wrong. If anybody else suffers from dyslexia, you'll understand this, is that even when you look at it with the red line under it, because it's got a red line under it, you see the colours, but it still looks right to you because the letters get jumbled up. And what's worse is if you're getting fatigued with dyslexia, not only are the words, are the letters jumbled up, they actually dance around sometimes. So when I start getting fatigued, that's why if I go on vacation, I take a print book. I have to have a coloured piece of Perspex as my bookmark, which gives me the colour of it. Black writing on a white background, I find it very difficult to decipher and read that, and I have to go through the page like 2 or 3 times before I can digest the information. And the letters in a word, particularly when I'm fatigued or when I'm tired, is when it happens, or drunk. But I think that happens to everybody when they're drunk. The letters dance around within the word. So actually being able to spell has always been one of my weak points. I'm not a Scorpio, I'm a Capricorn. Not that makes much difference. I'm not into that mumbo jumbo voodoo nonsense. So SIDU down now at the volume weighted average price. Redbox underneath the volume weighted average price. Kind of adhered to this descending support resistance line that we drew earlier. Error cleanup at 15%, making a move now. Was like, look, I was waiting for the break of 21 and I missed it. That's okay. Yeah, because that was a nice little flat top, that. Nice little flag. Called that out earlier, the beautiful little flag formation there. There's your flagpole, and there's your flag. So the gain on this might not be in this candle, but the gain on this, we could probably see $2 gain, I would expect. Possibly $3. Given the resistance that we've got. So the highs of yesterday was 23.70. So to go from 21 to 23.70 would be a 270. So to test highs. So I think $1 gain to start off with, but almost did that in the first instance. I think we'll get another $1 on that over the course of the morning. I'll have a look at AMC. So let's look at it. The thing is with AMC, it's gap down, but you look at it, there's no volume. So I wouldn't worry too much. At the moment, there's no volume in AMC. Just look at it on the 15-minute. And I'll caveat this in a moment, why AMC is doing this, okay? So it had a nice little move up and a bit choppy with the Fed rate hike and everything else, and then it moved up. And then yesterday, the turn, it closed last night out of hours, and then it gapped down. Let me just overlay that. Just keep an eye on this chart. This is the 15-minute chart for AMC. This is the 15-minute chart for the S&P 500. While the S&P 500 didn't move up in the same way, first like AMC, the gap down, the out of hours action is exactly the same. So it's actually gapped down in sympathy with the wider market. So is that showing signs of weakness? Not really. It's just moved down in sympathy with the wider market. Now it's currently kind of nestling on the 200 EMA on the 1 minute. So if it stays above 1220, it could rally a little bit later. I think personally, I think it's still strong. But I still think it'll probably sell off a little bit today at AMC based on the performance from yesterday. Just my opinion, not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. AERC. Okay, that's the 15-minute. Very choppy. The core is 55 cents at the moment. It's just wrapping. It's choppy sideways. It's wrapping itself around the VWAP. You can see this. The VWAP's a good trend indicator, an intraday trend indicator. So 1 minute, 5 minute, 10, 15, whatever. It's a good intraday trend indicator. So if the candles are forming above the VWAP, that means it's an upward trend. If the candles are forming below the VWAP, it's in a downwards trend. The VWAP is a volume weighted average price. It's a moving average, but it's weighted towards the volume on any given candle, how many shares are traded per time frame. So when it's ranging like this and it's wrapping itself around the VWAP, it just means it's moving sideways. It's choppy moving sideways. It's not adhering to any particular trend one way or the other. It's not made its mind up which way it's going to go. So that's a core this morning. It's a low price stock. It's 56 cents. And whilst it's up on the day 40%, right now it's just chopping sideways. So GP, no volume, popped up, then sold off. So no volume on GP. So Green Power Motor Company. There's Cabell. Hey Shando, welcome to the Funhouse. Redbox. So first resistance level is 1340, and after that we're looking at 1355, and then we're looking at the high, pre-market high of 1390. That's on Redbox. Should have really, I'll put those horizontals in now actually. What we're getting here is ascending highs and descending highs and ascending lows. It's a narrowing triangle. So watch for that. Zoom in. Let the opening ranges form. AMC moving up. So AMC looking to up at 1240s now. SIDU moving up at $8 again. Moving back up. Redbox, AERC, all looking strong, but I'm going to do a bit of a sell to start off with. So AERC here, looking good. Just broke 22. Let's see if we can't find a nice entry. That wasn't a nice entry, but we'll take it. Only for 1,000 shares. Very rangy. Give it breathing space. Don't get panicked by the fluctuations in the price action. That happens a lot in the opening 3 minutes. If you're going to panic with the opening price action, don't trade the opening 5 minutes. That happens a lot. So I've just bought at the top of this range for the breakout, but it didn't break out. We'll see. There we go. There's the breakout. Got 20-cent spreads as well, so just factor that into your risk. Add to my position there, scaling in slowly. Say the spreads are big. Want to see the break of 23. Take half off. Still 1,000 shares. We're just doing this slow today. Movement on this, the range on this is quite big. Not just the range in terms of the spreads, but the range in terms of the time for the movements in any given time frame is quite large. You've got to bear that in mind. The swings across the range can be quite drastic with AERC. So what you don't want to be doing is setting your stops too tight and getting stopped out without being able to make any gains. So whilst in theory it might say you're setting your risk a lot low, you're not. You're just trading that within the range. The low of this range already is 2060, so we've got a little bounce there. 5 for a bounce on the VWAP. Brings our average cost down to 22. And we can ride this up. Buying the dips is a risky strategy. I don't recommend it to anybody unless you're buying it from a position of strength. I wouldn't say that I'm buying it from a position of strength right here. I am buying it from a position of strength on the week, on the month, and everything else. On the day, I've got a cushion on my P&L, and I'm kind of getting familiar with how AERC trades, how AERC moves. She has been very good to me over the last 2 weeks. In fact, we're now Thursday, so this is the second week in a row that I've been trading this particular stock every single day, pretty much. There's only one day she's been cruel so far. I want today to be another one. I got stopped out there. It broke. As it broke new lows, I got stopped out. So I had my low at the low of the range, which was on the, effectively. If I go back to the 5 minute, I had the high of the range, the low of the range. So I got stopped out as it broke the low range, and it's just gone into a halt downwards. So it actually halted downwards yesterday, and then really motored later in the day. So there's a chance that could happen. Redbox sold off. But looking to make a red to green move, dip and then rip, potentially. Wouldn't surprise me. We've got AMC, did a rip then dip. Gap and crap, I was, rip then dip. GameStop not doing anything. Wider market selling off. So this is the S&P 500, wider market, having a sell-off. And I did say that this is exactly what happened last week when we had the gap down. It consolidated sideways and then sold off. So it comes as no surprise. ADN, 340 is finding difficult to get past that 340 level. I traded this before. I think I've traded this before. Advent Technologies. That's why that 340 level's there. I didn't just put that there. Then that's a previous resistance from back in April, I think. Either April or March, I think I will have traded this. Let me just have a look on my traded view reports when I traded this last. Symbol, ADN. Filter. Back in April, 6th of April, I traded ADN. I got $1,200 out of it then. Nice. That's the beauty of Trader View. It's really good. You can go back when did you trade it before? When did you trade it? Did it have? Well, I'm still green, Alistair. Still green. Just my gains on SIDU have been kind of eradicated by AERC. So AERC right now needs to come good later. Redbox is what's keeping me green on the day today so far. It's halted, so it's a volatility halt. So what's happened with AERC, it's halted at 9:37. It will resume at 9:42, so in 2 minutes time. Okay, it's a volatility halt. What happens with a stock, if it moves either up or down a certain percentage within 5 minutes, it gets halted. So the SEC halt trading on it in its entirety. So sometimes the volatility halts, sometimes they halt them for 5 minutes. This will be a 5-minute halt. Sometimes they halt them, if they're a bit too volatile, they'll halt it for 10 minutes. The longest I've had a volatility halt on myself, and I saw one just last week as well, is 30 minutes. If it's really volatile, it'll be 30 minutes. Okay, so I'll come to you. I don't worry. Where are you based, Anthony? Because are you subject to? You shouldn't be subject to the PDT rule with CMEG. What normally happens? Who knows? Right now on this, it's looking like it's going to gap down. So first and foremost, based on where the orders are stacking up, it looks like it's going to gap down. It's telling me it's going to be it's going to resume lower. I don't think it'll resume at $19, but it will resume lower. Can I short this today? Might be worth not shortable, but it depends. If it gaps, if it's there, you go. It's gapped down 1920s. It resumed, so it then will move up. So some people like to buy the bounce, so as it fills the gap. Same thing when it moves up and halts up, it can gap up, and some people short it straight away to fill the gap, because what tends to happen is the price action, it likes to fill the gap. Then you shouldn't have an issue. So I'd contact CMEG about that error. If you're you shouldn't have a day trade limit on it. So contact CMEG and they'll help you out. You're not subject to the PDT rule, so you shouldn't have. You should be able to trade as many, take as many trades as you want across the day. If I was you, I would stay in the paper account right now anyway. Don't be whilst you're a beginner, stay in the paper account until you're confident and you've got a proven level of profitability. I saw SIDU. I've just been talking through it. So SIDU's halted up. So reach. This is the exact inverse of what we just saw with AERC. So SIDU is now halted to the upside as it's moving up. Again, volatility halt. So this was 43 a minute ago. So this will resume at 48. And right now it's looking like it's going to resume pretty much level at $8. Yeah, I'm just talking about that chip. I think the delays that you're throwing things in the halting to the upside can be a good sign, but it can also be very risky PMs. So what you've got to watch for, particularly if it's halting to the upside like this and it's showing a level resumption, the likelihood is it will pull back before it moves up again. So I'll be waiting for a pullback before I enter this and for it to move up. same as you would anyway. You wouldn't want to you wouldn't want to be chasing a highly volatile stock. So AERC now is really extended to the downside. So getting a nice entry here, a good entry would have been here at 1950 for a move to the upside. That's what I'm looking for now, is confirmation that we're going to move to the upside now with AERC. This could have been a bear flag, so we get the move down, pull back, and continued move down. It looks very bear flag-ish, but we're getting this support on the green line at 1880s. Redbox is setting up very much a bear flag on Redbox. Actually, it's a flat top. We're getting a little bit of a flat top forming, so it's not a bear flag. Which that looks like it could be on Redbox. I'm talking about it but not showing it. So we're getting this move down, and now we're getting a flat top resistance at 1240. So this looks like it will break 1240 and move to the upside. Key level at 1240. Back to AERC. Looking for confirmation, and I will get in with a reasonable size. Get in there for the move back up. And 1910 is our exit. We want to break $20 again, back up and retest the VWAP. So I want to see this move up 2050, 2060, $21. Retest the VWAP. Spreads are killing it. All right, it's only 11 cents at the moment, but 20-cent spreads are killing it. Just be careful of these spreads, guys. Looking for it to break 20 so I can actually take some profit. 20 on the bid, that is, not on the ask. We're already at over 20. There we go. Take a little bit off. Ready for the move up. Just going to put a 30-cent trailing stop on that. Get stopped out. So that's got me green, back green again. So I'm 3,000 good on the day. I'm not going to trade AERC now for a little while. I'm going to wait for the volatility to die down on AERC. It's not looking beautiful for me. Now SIDU resumed. So it resumed pretty much level, little quick pullback, zoomed up to 890 and then flushed. So whoever was in that would have flushed, and it's halted to the downside now. So SIDU. So this is moving up on a NASA, I think it's a NASA catalyst. But this goes to say it's normally bullish when it halts to the upside, but it's also very dangerous because you get a lot of people taking profits. They don't understand the volatility halts can be a good sign. So as soon as it resumes, they want to take profit straight away. They want to get out of the position because they've been sat there for 5 minutes with the heart palpitating because they were in too big. Am I not playing unhalt for SIDU, Chesney? Well, I'm not playing. I'm working. So you know, terminology, I guess. But as I said, that just because this was going to resume, yes, you might be able to scalp that quickly. I don't know how quickly it'll miss that. I don't know how quickly that move was. You could have scalped it really quickly. There was a good almost $1 move there before it flushed back down, and it flushed $1.50. So very dangerous to play that game. You've got to be really on point. AERC moving up again. So I'm just going to take 2,500 shares. I want to try and scale into this. We've got a pullback here. I want to get in at 2080. So ADN is not just, well, I would say be careful with ADN. You've got a shoulder here, a head there, and another shoulder here. You've also got devil horns. So ADN, whilst it's at 285, that's a very bearish pattern. So just be careful with ADN right now. And this here as well is almost a double top. But that's already flushed down. But this is the fact that you've got a shoulder there after a shoulder and a head. That's looking very bearish. So it could come back later, but let that pattern play out. What on earth is that? How do you even trade that? This is what I'm talking about with, this is HCSC. This is what I'm talking about with IPOs. They're just difficult to. I missed the pump. Wanted it at 2080. Only forget the stream and just trade. So this halt at 2254. I don't want to get into the halt, so 2315 now the halt. This is looking quite bullish, so I'm just going to take a stab there. It's 5,000. $23.15 for a halt up. Be wary of that. This pulls back. Look to add the dip if it does. Looking very strong. Add. Didn't get filled straight away. Rangy stops, that's rangy spreads. That's what happens when you almost didn't get filled then. Or partial fill, I hate that. Scary. Looking for the break. There we go. Break of 23 is what I would like. Spreads are huge. Very rangy. There we go. I'll lock some of those gains off. $1,000. So I locked about 600 there. Just watching this move up. I'd like to see it break 23, 2060s on the ask. I'd like to see the bid moving up with the ask, but you know, I can't have everything in life, can I? $23.99, so $24 for the halt now anyway, so we should be good there. I'll just take half off there. I need another 200 for my daily goal. Not quite getting me where I want to be, but struggling at that $0.75 level. Coiling underneath that $0.75 level, so just watch it for a break. Risk versus rewards gone. It's not exactly ideal with this, but as long as we're taking profits, green is green. Wanted to bounce on the VWAP there. Add to the price. Let's move back up again. Look at that 50-cent spread. Ouch, painful. Price action above, ask above 22 and the bid at 21.50. So just be careful with the spreads, guys. Locking in that profit takes me over 5k for the day. Range on this is huge. There's all kinds of exit signals telling me not to trade this right now. Reversal indicators and exit signals. So I'm just going to try and get out safely. 2,500 shares on this at the moment. Little move up and I'll just get out for a small loss on this piece. I'll just get out now. Okay, so we're still over 5,000 in profit. We've got a lot of exit indicators here on this one right now. So let's go back to the higher time frame. See all these topping tails? They're telling me, you know, potential reversal. So they don't always work, don't get me wrong, but you always heed the exit indicators. If it moves up, you can always re-enter. Excuse me. What is the ADN short interest? I don't think it's heavily shorted. I'd be very surprised. I don't think this is a short squeeze. Redbox is a short squeeze. Big time short squeeze. It's 12%. So ADN 12%. The reason it's moving up is the 782 million of funding from the Greek state. That's why it's moving up. That's the catalyst. It's not because it's been shorted. It's only 12%. So whilst it's still a decent amount, it's not big enough to create a squeeze. Right, now what I'm looking for here with AERC is a potential cut there. This pullback here, don't mind that if it forms a handle, and we would look to get in again at 65 for the break. I'm just going to put a horizontal for the break of this level here, 2070. So look for a potential cup and handle formation here. So bounce on the VWAP to form the handle, and then the move up to the 22.7, and then the move up. And potentially there's a good dollar move on that, a good $2 move. So we'll see. Redbox, what are you doing? Redbox selling off. AMC selling off. EME selling off. S&P 500 selling off. Nasdaq a bit more volatile but selling off. SIDU. So after your move up, selling off. So that rapid move up and the big flush, got caught in that flush. I'm sorry, but that was painful for whoever was caught in it. It's kind of ranging around the VWAP right now, so just watch that play out. It's consolidating sideways, so let it consolidate. Wait for the higher time frames to confirm. I would say $0.75 level, 775 at least. On the 5 minute, it's actually 785 as a potential entry. So wait for here we go. There's 75. And we're getting the volume coming in. Wait for the volume to come in and confirm. So no. So the higher time frame on the 5 minute is 85. There's 84. If you're taking the 2 minute time frame or the 1 minute time frame, well, the 1 minute you could have got in down here at the V for the break of the VWAP, and you'd have got a decent 20 cents on that, 25 cents. But you'd have got faked out on the 2 minute. I thought that was a question. It's not. It's TikTok asking me, saying I can share the best or worst experience I've had this week. Well, I've filmed both. I filmed both of them. So Tuesday, the worst experience was trading like a complete numpty with Aeroplane and losing 20,000, 27,000 across the whole day with every other ticker. And then the best day was yesterday, making back 24,000 on Aeroplane. So we're green on Aeroplane this week. Or green today, although it's choppy. Aeroplane sold off from that high when we got out. Like I said, so going back to what I was saying, the higher time frames give the warning signs. I got the devil horns there, these topping tail candles, basically saying, look, you've got two warnings now. First one is a topping tail. The next one is another topping tail right next to it, or with a blank or a small block candle in the middle of it, giving it the appearance of horns. That's your devil horns. That's basically indicating selling pressure, and it's also done it at this resistance level of 2270. So that was my indication. That was my exit indicators telling me to get out of the position. And look what happened. It sold off. So the patterns work. The technical analysis. Granted, they're not a silver bullet. They're not 100%, but they do work the majority of the time. So yes, you want to be looking for entry signals, and you don't jump in trying to ride the momentum at the highs. You want to look for a consolidation pullback and then a confirmation that it's moving back up, which is why we say when it gets a pullback, you want the next candle to make a new high, which could be 2 or 3 candles later. But just as important, probably even more important, is paying heed to the exit indicators, because that's what's going to help you protect your capital. If you don't pay heed to the exit indicators, you end up getting flushed, which is what happened with SIDU. You got flushed. Moving sideways now. Not quite got that 85 that I said before. But it's coiling. We're getting higher lows. We're going to flat top now at 85. So an ascending wedge into a flat top is a very bullish pattern. Typically would break upwards. Not always, but the majority of the time it will break upwards. So 785, you look for the break of 785, and you probably get volume coming to break 785. And I'll just put the resistance level at 785. horizontal line, so you can see. We had the first move up here right at the bell, was halted at 785. We've got it there, again around this area, and there again. So we've got confirmed. It also used it as support right after the halt. So 785 is proving to be a confirmed level. Resistance and support tend to be interchangeable depending on what side of the chart they're on. You know what? Thanks for reminding me, guys. I've not changed my scanners over from pre-market. No wonder they weren't informing me of anything. Well, the inverse Nasdaq ETF is making new highs, which means the Nasdaq is making new lows, as is AMC. Redbox is down at 1160s. They're clean down at 1240s, 1250s. So we're having a bit of a lull. That's okay. 35 minutes into the market, 36 minutes into the market, we're having a little bit of a lull. It did go and tap that resistance line again. This is what's known as coiling, and think of it like a spring. The tighter you wind a spring, when you finally release it, the faster it actually bolts out. So think of this as coiling a spring. That's what it's why they call it coiling. So you get this flat top. The more times it goes up, and the longer we get this ascending support, the more times it goes up. Right now, we've also got the VWAP acting as support and the $0.5 acting as support. We've got a couple of EMAs in there as well, so we've got a confluence of support here, all coiling underneath this 785 resistance level to break. So watch that on SIDU. I'll keep an eye on that. I'll just have a look at ELMS for our friend Super Chip. That's moving up 27 cents. Now 88% on the day. If you like these lower priced stocks, this is looking very strong. Got a pullback happening right now, so potential entry. What you're looking for is this pullback to confirm. If you get any more red candles, that's fine. We'll get another one here. So now it's the next candle to make a new high as a potential entry point. So if this candle goes and breaks the high of the previous candle, that's a new high. Likewise, if this continues to pull back and the next candle breaks the high of this candle, it's a new high. So that's what you would look for in terms of an entry. And if you're wondering how I know all this, practice. Well, Redbox, so SIDU is dead for you. Okay, I wouldn't say it's dead. It's coiling under, like I say, it's coiling under that 785 level. Well, how can you say it's on a downtrend, Chesney? It's above the VWAP, which says it's still trending upwards. But look, my analysis says a little bit different to your analysis. I'm just saying, but you know, if you drew your ascending triangle from the low of this point upwards through that point, then yeah, it would have broke it, but that's just consolidating sideways. Realistically, I would have said the rail line here should have been coming from here through there. So now is kind of where we're on the ascending triangle. If it breaks the ascending triangle because we're running out of room, that's okay. It's moving sideways. What's more important is the flat top. So I don't think SIDU is dead. Will it continue to consolidate? Possibly. Will it move up by a huge amount? Maybe. It's all opinions. It's not financial advice. I'm just a fat bloke on the internet with an opinion, so don't sue me. If it's dead for you, I still think it's potential to break. We just need, you look at this right here. So we've got the volume dying out. So as we approach that 785 resistance line, what we need is a pickup in an uptake in volume, and we get the uptake in volume for the break of that 85 level. So as we get bigger volume candles, that's when it's going to break. So as long as it remains above and its candles are forming above the VWAP, that says that intraday, it's there you go. Just broke 8. So it just broke that 85. Got rejected at the whole dollar, but it broke the 85. So I'm not saying you're wrong, Chesney, but I'm right. Now we'll look for a move up for the break of 8. You know, I think what I wouldn't say that I'm the best trader on TikTok. Certainly not. I wouldn't say that. Top 3. Top 3. The patterns, more often than not, the patterns work out. So we got the breakout, and now it's trying to make the move up. So it doesn't. The breakout doesn't always make the move up in one candle. It's over a process of time. So people will now jump on this, seeing that they've broke that resistance level. People start buying in. You'll get the buying pressure. It'll move up, break $8, just broke $8. You'll have a bunch of people that were had the sell position set for $8 that were short, or take profit or whatever it is. So now if the high of this candle is 808. So when you told me it was dead, it's down at 760. So it's now up at 820. I'm sorry. Well, I'm looking at the 1 minute chart. I'm looking at, I always say look at multiple time frames, but I was looking at the 1 minute chart. So that went all the way up to 840. And why was I busy talking to you about it when I could have been bloody trading it? I could have made that move. Oni, why are you not trading? Well, I've hit my daily goal, that's why, and I'm not seeing, I'm seeing good setups, but I'm not seeing something that's really exciting me. Oh, thanks, Shando. I like that. But again, it's just your opinion. But I appreciate it. So if scalping is a lot more so Chesney, scalping is a lot more difficult than people realize. And if you're looking to scalp, first and foremost, you're taking you're in and you're out with your whole position. So you're not scaling in, you're not scaling out. You get in for a move and you get out for a quick profit. Very often you'll miss the majority of the move with scalping. Very often you rack up big commissions unless you're on a platform or with a broker that's a zero commission broker. And then there's all kinds of nuances around that. So scalping's not as easy as it looks. So if you're scalping and you're profitable, fair play to you, buddy. I mean, I'll scalp. Knowing how to scalp is something you need to have in your repertoire. It's another tool that you need to learn how to do it and recognize when it should be done, as opposed to trying to scalp all the time. If you're a day trader, if what you are is a scalper and that's all you do, then you know, fair play to you. But if you're going to be a scalper, these zero commission brokers tend to be better because you don't be racking up the commissions. As a scalper, you're in and you're out very, very quickly, less than a minute in a lot of cases. And if I look back at my TraderView statistics for this year alone, my average hold time on winning trades is an hour. And my average hold time on losing trades is also an hour. So my average hold time on a trade is an hour. So that's not scalping, you know? When I started, I thought, you know, all I'm going to do is scalp. And I think part of what stopped me from scalping is A, I was racking up the commissions, and B, I was getting out before the move was done. So it started to pull back and I was getting out. and I would lose a lot of the move. I would miss a lot of the move. So that's why I moved away from scalping. For me, it wasn't a profitable way of trading. But I know some people that do it. So ADN didn't do much. So we got the head and shoulders. It sold off down to 275, and then it's trading sideways. So that's ADN quarter roll. So if you go back to what I was saying, so this is on the 1 minute time frame here. As it moved up, we had the one shoulder, then we had the devil horns up the top, then we had another shoulder, and it was about here when I was talking about it. I said, look, get out, it's looking bearish, and it went all the way down to 275. I'm not trying to blow my own trumpet. I'm just, look, rewind the chat. You'll see that that's exactly what I said. So ADN, it's down. This is downwards trending because it's below the VWAP. It's actually ranging sideways at the moment because it's above and it's coiling around, wrapping around the VWAP. But you kind of get my you get my gist. No, actually, absolutely not, PMZ. If you watch the trade back, when it was very choppy, I was giving, for Aeroclean, for example, I was giving it a lot more room than I perhaps should do if I was, well, definitely than I would do if I was scalping. But because I've been trading Aeroclean successfully over the last 2 weeks now, I've kind of got to know how it can be choppy. It's been more choppy this week than it was last week for sure, but the range in the moves, I was able to buy the dips knowing full well, not knowing full well, but expecting with confidence that it was just going to bounce and move back up. And that's what Aeroclean was doing. So I wasn't scalping. In fact, I can go and look at a little bit later how long I was actually holding those trades. Scalping is you get in and you get out very, very quickly. If it goes against you, you get out for a quick loss. If it goes for you, you get out for a quick gain. Tend to find that most scalpers, the risk-reward ratio is kind of break even. And in many cases, it might be 2 to 1 against. So they will get out for 10 cents, but they'll risk 20 cents to do it. So that tends to be the mindset of scalpers, but they'll do it multiple times on a price move, whereas I try to capture as much of the price move as I possibly can. So for example, if I go back to SIDU, when I was talking about that breakout, it's moving again. This breakout, I would have got in, if I'd taken, let's say, 1,000 shares, I would have got in and I would have been expecting to get 25 cents on the share. So I'll get 25 cents, I'll take half my position off. I wouldn't take the whole position. A scalper would take the whole position off. I'd take half my position off. So 1,000 shares, I'll take 500 off. As it pulls back, I then put my stop to break even. So I've got in at 785 for the break of 785 or 786 or whatever. So that's now my stop for break even for the second half of that portion. Because what I'm trying to do is capture the entire move, the bigger move. Now you can see here, this doesn't pull back. So I wouldn't have got stopped out, even though it came to $8. It moved up. It didn't pull back to my break-even level. So it starts to move up. I can then start scaling in as it breaks the $0.50. I can add back the original 500 shares that I took off and move my stop up again to break even, which would be 825 at that stage, and then ride it up with a full, a full 1,000 shares. Well, you won't be able to learn my mindset because that's personal to me, but attitude and mindset, the whole emotional element of trading is a big part of whether you can be successful or not. And SIDU's now is giving exit indicator or reversal indicators right now to say, look, $9, I need to refresh, I need to consolidate, pull back a little bit, maybe come back a little bit later and we'll break $9. But right now it's saying $9 is difficult for me. Hello? Might prove me wrong. Might not. So and what I can teach you not so much my mindset. So for people, for the students that are on the Day Trade with Tony course, I teach all my methodologies. That's fine. I can teach my methodologies. I can teach the technical analysis, the chart recognition, the pattern recognition. I can teach the entry and exit signals. I can do all of that. What I can't teach is the mindset. What I can't teach is the discipline. What I can't teach is the emotional control. That comes down to you. It comes down to practice. And what I would say is if you have a pastime that will, you know, exercise those kind of mental muscles that encourages discipline. So if you go to karate, for example, or yoga, or, you know, if you have some kind of pastime outside of trading that also exercises similar mental or emotional muscles, it will help you in your trading as well. So as I got the exit indicators here, it did move back up to the high, but we'll see. Is it going to consolidate or keep moving? Looks like it's very strong, is SIDU. Got another doji, that's an exit indicator. That's 3 exit indicators. I'm not in this position, but just saying if I was, I would be getting out of this position right now. User, no. The simple, and this is one of the reasons why if you go to high frequency trading and things like that, robots are not great at geometric pattern recognition. You get a candlestick chart like that, you know, it's very difficult to program it algorithmically to recognize the pattern. It's just very difficult to do. Whereas as humans, we can do that. That's one of the edges that we have on the market, is that we can recognize those patterns. But also what we're doing is we're recognizing the same patterns that other retail traders are recognizing. We're recognizing the patterns that other humans are recognizing. And that's what makes them reliable, is because other humans are using the same strategies, they're recognizing the same patterns, they're looking for the same breakouts. So when it does break out, you're getting the crowd all going together. And it's the strength of numbers that actually makes the pattern breakouts reliable, which is why everybody keeps throwing out ticker symbols at me. Check out this ticker symbol, check out that, because it's moved like 20-30%, but it's done it on low volume. And which is why I say volume is one of the most important factors when you're looking for trades to take. If you've not got volume, you're not going to trade. If you've not got volatility, it's not going to give you the range to be profitable. So you need volume and volatility. So there you go. SIDU, as I said, I've got the 2 indicators here, then the doji for the reversal, and then it pulled all the way back to 63. So I'm not saying I'm the best trader on TikTok. 3rd, definitely top 3. I won't say I'm the 3rd best either, but top 3. But then, and also, user, this is why trading bots don't work. If somebody tries to sell you a subscription to a trading bot and give you some back testing accuracy statistics, it's bullshit. These algorithmic traders that you're paying $100 a month or $150 a month, the best you're going to get is break even. You may as well flip a coin. And trust me, I in my early days of trading, I tried some of these trading simulator bots or whatever it is, and they don't work. And the reason that they backtest and show this high level of success is that they alter the algorithm to suit the backtesting data. So of course it's going to look good, but the backtesting data is only an indication of what's gone on. It's not an indication of future price action. So it can't predict future price action. So what you're doing is you're changing the algorithm to suit what's already happened, not to suit what's going to happen. And that's why these bots don't work. So don't waste your money on bots or automated traders. They don't work. And anybody that says they do, I guarantee they're losing money. The only way they're making money is by selling, you know, mugs a subscription to these trading bots. you know what? I don't think, I might not trade for the rest of the day. I've hit my daily goal of 5,000 5,000 up on the day. I might not trade for the rest of the day. It's very choppy today. I'm seeing there's a lot of sideways chop. SIDU is looking strong, but it's just pulling back right now. It's consolidating. So, and I predicted the pullback. We've got the indicators here, and then a third one there. So, predicted that. I'm not saying I'm psychic. I'm just telling you what I'm seeing on the chart. Not stock picks, not advice, not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Just telling you how I'm profitable. I'm just telling you the methodologies that I'm teaching on my course. How do I find stocks to pick? Benzinga. That's the charts that the scanners here. This is Benzinga. These are two of my scanners that I've got open at the moment. I've got 6 scanners on my laptop screen. This is just halted downwards. So, like I said, the indicators, tell them the exit indicators there. You spot the exit indicators, heed them. Even if it does move up a couple of extra cents like this did, it's better to forget the extra cents and just take your profits there and not get caught in this flush thinking it's going to continue to move up. Exit indicators are probably even more reliable than these, bullish indicators. I've got just seeing if oh, okay, well, I'm gonna finish the stream. Before I do, I think I'll sell out and chill. So those of you guys that are in TikTok, this here is my screen. Those of you in YouTube and Twitch, you can find these links in the description. Check it out below. But in TikTok, you click on I'll go back to that. You click on my profile, click on my face, it brings you to my profile. If you click the link tree, the TikTok trader, that's who I am. I wouldn't say I'm the best trader on TikTok, top 3 maybe, but I wouldn't say I'm the best. This is the TikTok trader. You click that, it brings you to, if you get this splash screen, click through and it brings you to my link tree. If any of you want to message me, you can do so. Just click the envelope icon at the top. I respond to all messages. If you want to check out my YouTube, go and subscribe to my YouTube. This stream is concurrently streamed on YouTube as well. And you see a lot more on YouTube than you do on TikTok. That's because I can see, I can actually show more on the YouTube stream. The first link, check it out. How to trade. I'm teaching. It's my course. I penned this course for you guys. Your demand, asking me to teach you how to trade and what to look for. This is what you get with it. It's a full, about 20 hours of lecture material, all recorded, so you can learn it at your own pace. Exams and charts to check your knowledge and understanding. If you don't get it, you always go back and do it. There's a swing trading course I'm currently building out. I've got another 6 lessons to record with that as well. So that's coming. That will be a separate course, but right now it's included as part of this. Only 150 bucks a month. Don't come after me saying it's too much. If you can't afford 150 bucks a month, you can't afford to trade. It's quite simple. So if people asking me if I'm profitable, consistently profitable, how much I'm making a month, you can check out 6 months of my profitability here at the bottom of this as well. I've got my trader view statistics and reports, and I've got my broker reports showing how profitable I actually am and what I'm withdrawing on a monthly basis. That's only up to April. I will be adding, at the end of this month, I'll add another 2 months and take, I'll take out November and December, and I'll add May and June, and you'll have the first 6 months of the year. If you go back here, people asking me How do I find stocks to trade? How do I know when something's moving and how much it's moving? And how do I know to go from one place to another and one ticker to another? I use Benzinga. Benzinga Pro, for me, it's invaluable. And it's these little scanners here across the day, the alerts, the signals, everything I get is from Benzinga. Try it out for free for 14 days. If you like it, great. If you don't, it doesn't matter. So you just don't continue. But it's free trial for 14 days. All you need is an email address. Check it out. It's the standard price is about $177 a month subscription. You can get, if you go for a quarter or annual subscription, obviously get a discount for doing that. But if you do want to take a subscription out with Benzinga to trade, use my code and it gives you 35% off. So you get at least 35% off. Now, occasionally they'll do promos. They're doing a promo at the moment, which is 25% off. You'll get more with my code than you will with what they're doing. I'm partnered with Benzinga because I promote it. So they give me and students of my course 35% off. I mentioned I've shown you my statistics on TraderView. That's what this is. TraderView. It's a journal. It's a freemium service. You can log your trades in TraderView, and it will give you all the statistics you need to analyze it and improve yourself as a trader. TradingView is a great charting platform. You can use it for free. Go and check it out. TradingView. I swear by it. It's Dash Trader is the platform I use to trade. It's not as good at charting as TradingView, so I use both. I'm trading with Dash Trader, but I'll do my analysis with my deeper and fundamental analysis and deeper technical analysis, longer time frame technical analysis with TradingView. So check those out, and I'll end the stream. And I won't be trading Power Hour tonight, so I'll be back at it tomorrow. I'll be back at it before the market opens, 90 minutes. So I was a little bit late today, but tomorrow I'll be starting at 8 a.m. market time, which is 1 p.m. London or 1 p.m. Dublin. So enjoy the rest of your day, guys. I'm going to end the stream and get on with the rest of my day. This one wants a walk, so catch you later.